National Chief Shawn Atleo. Shawn, recently the federal government hosted an unprecedented summit with First Nations across Canada. And I know you were a part of that. I know that you've been advocating for better relationships there. Can you give us a sense of what you took away from that meeting?
Well, it was something that was really important and was intended to be a resetting of the relationship with the federal Crown partner. And in some ways, I think you as a minister in the provincial government were, in many respects, have similar interests. We want to see the federal government meaningfully come to the table to really transform not only the relationship between First Nations and not only the federal Crown, but all Crown partners, including provincial governments, but transform the lives of First Nations. And this is a shared notion. Having the Governor General there, having the Prime Minister, and a third of Cabinet be present, listening to the approximate 170 First Nations leaders from coast to coast to coast. There were over 800 First Nations delegates that came to Ottawa for what they felt was a really important moment. Now it's about getting on with the work.
Sure.
If it's about a real partnership, then partners do the work together, and that's the ambition in areas like education and in building prosperous economies and addressing things like negotiations. In regions like British Columbia, there's been a lot of really important work and experience that's been developed. We need to draw from that. We need to shed a light and water, feed, and nurture the successes that we know are happening in places like BC and other parts of the country. Hopefully we're at a moment where it's a tipping point in the relationship between First Nations and governments, and between First Nations and Canadians. And I'm very optimistic that together we can accomplish a tremendous amount.
Oh, thank you, Shawn. And certainly speaking as a British Columbian, I know we're very proud of the work that you've done as a British Columbian, and certainly wish you every success, because you've brought forward so many successes already in terms of your work with the federal government, and we certainly appreciate your assistance in that. It's been a great job.
It's great to see you.
Okay, thank you.